Hey everybody, it's Katie from the Hive Collective, and I wanted to make a quick tutorial video showing you how to set up the avatar tool in Blender for Rec Room, because it's available publicly now, and I know a lot of people are having questions regarding how to set up the tool, use the tool, and get that first item ready for upload. So to get started, make sure you go to GitHub and download the tool. There's a link for it in the Discord, the Avatar Studio Discord. But once you get it downloaded, you just want to go up to Edit, Preferences. You're going to click this little drop down, go to Install from Disk, and then you'll see your tool. You click it, and then you click Install. I already have it installed, so I'm not going to click that. And then if you have it, you can search, and you'll see this is here, and that means now you have the tool. Now, the one thing you'll notice is you don't see it right away on your screen. However, if you come over to where this little arrow is here, you're going to see you have your different tools. I've got the Rec Room avatar tool here, and this is where we get started. Now, I'm just using a hoodie that is given to us from Rec Room for an example for this video, and I'm going to show you how you're going to set it up for export. So the first thing that you need to do is click this lovely little setup file button, and you're going to see it's going to give you, this is kind of like the test avatar character, because when you hit play, you'll see it actually moves and stuff, so you can see how your clothing is moving with it. Obviously, I haven't attached the sweater to it yet, so we have a few steps that we need to do. So step one, when you have your hoodie, you're always going to have your bean version, or sorry, this is my full body, and your bean version. And when you're in this tool, you'll see it looks a little funky and there's a lot of lines and stuff. That's because currently in this view, it is showing me all LODs. And if you're unfamiliar with what LODs are, LOD 0 is like a higher quality resolution. People who are on PC will see this in game. So not very many people. And then you have LOD1. Now this is your console players, your mobile players, your VR players. They're all going to see this. And then LOD2 very rarely gets seen. This is like when you load into a map and things are rendering and you see everything kind of looks a little polygon because it hasn't loaded yet. That's the only time you're going to see LOD2. But when you're exporting an item to make it for Rec Room, you have to have all three LODs in order to import it into Rec Room. So what I usually do is I will keep it on LOD 0 or LOD 1. That way it looks a little less cluttered. And the other thing I'll do is I never work at full body and bean at the same time. So I'll turn off my bean so I can't see it anymore. And it just makes things look a little bit more clear. I'm also going to hide this bean so we just see the full body stuff. Cool. All right, so what you need to do, labeling your item is so important, and you have to label it right for the tool to work. And so what you'll want to do, and I'm just going to erase this, the very first thing you have to tell it what type of item is it. Is it full body or is it bean body? So we type FB. And then you do underscore. And then this is where now you're going to come up with a fun name for your item. I'm just going to put sweater. Then you have to do underscore, and you have to tell the tool, what is this item? There's different categories. There's shirt, leg, eye, wrist, foot. This is going to be a shirt. And then you have to tell it which LOD you are currently working on, which we are going to do LOD 0. Now, I find the best practice is I will completely set up my LOD 0 and then I will duplicate it and make LOD 1 and 2. So that way the weight painting is all done, any tweaks that I have to do are all done, and I don't have to do it to each one because I've just duplicated from the one that is perfect. So we'll go ahead and we'll just create this avatar item. Now, generally speaking, when you bring something into the tool, you're going to see there's this little exclamation mark. That means there's something wrong with it. So if you go down here to where it says validation, it's going to say I have unapplied transforms that need to be done. There's two ways that you can go about fixing that. You can either click the fix button. Sometimes it won't work. You have to be in object mode for it to work to click the fix button. Or you can just go object, apply, and then all transforms. Boom, done. Limit bones per vertex. That just comes down to your weight painting. Again, you can just hit fix. The other thing that you have to watch for, so it's saying invalid bones. Basically what that means is that the type of item you're making doesn't support that. So if you're making a hat or a mask, it's going to have the jaw shaper. Something like a sweater is not generally coming up that high, so you don't have it. So when you get that error message, if you click on this little data, you'll see these are all your vertex groups. You can actually go up and find the ones that it's saying aren't part of it and just hit this little minus to get rid of them. So we did that. Then it says chin shaper, so we'll get rid of that. And now we're all good. There's no more problems. And then you'll see that little exclamation mark will actually go to like a little, I don't know, box. And that means you're good to go. Everything's nice. Now that being said, it will auto weight paint the item for you. So now when I hit play, the sweater is actually going to move with the test avatar. The hiccup is sometimes it doesn't do a very good job and it'll pull in weird areas. So if I fast forward to maybe say the crawl position, let's just take a little look here. It's not too bad, but we can definitely see in the armpit like it is doing some weird stuff there. So in that situation, I mean, you can go back to going into your regular standing position. This video, I'm not going to cover weight painting because it would take way too long, but you would go into object mode, weight paint, and then in your vertex groups, you just have to find where the problem is. Now, this is probably an upper arm or a shoulder issue. Let's just click here. So you can see when you're doing the weight painting, you can see the auto tool made this very janky, not very smooth. So in this situation, it's probably a matter that it just needs to be softened a little, moved a little bit more hard painting in some spots and lighter in others. Again, this video isn't going to cover weight painting, but just so you know, if you need to fix something, that is where you go. Now let's go back to object mode. Okay, so the hiccup is right now we have LOD 0 ready to go. But as I said earlier, you have to have all 3 LODs to be able to bring this into Rec Room. So then what you want to do is you're going to click on your sweater and we're going to Shift D. You'll see it'll make another one. Hit the escape button so it puts it in the exact spot. Hit Shift D again. Bada boom, bada bing, and you'll see you have 2. So what we want to do is we want to name this LOD 1 and then LOD 2. And I got to speed up a little here. I've only got a minute and a half left before TikTok's going to cut me out. Okay, so then what you're going to see is my try counts are great for the first 2, but the third one, it is not. So we are going to click on LOD 2. We're going to go to our little modifiers, add modifier, decimate, and we're going to take this down. Now my statistics aren't up. Oh my gosh, I'm speed running at this point. Let's go statistics. And then we're going to drag this puppy down to the 750. Sure. Hit apply. We are all good to go. And then all you have to do from this point, wait for this to, oh, you know what? I think I have to click off or something. Oh, limit bones for vertex, sorry. Fix. Cool. We get our little check mark. Then here you can choose where you want them to export, and then you click export avatar items. And that is how you set up your item. And doing bean would be the exact same process, except for you'd bring now the bean tool in and do it. Now I got 15 seconds to say goodbye. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we will see you next time.